Raider Nation? It's your boy, Angry Fucking Raider. I'm your host, Angry Fucking Raider. And welcome to the Angry Raider Show. I just want y'all to know that because I'm a diehard Raider fan, I will never quit on my team, my squad, the beloved team I love so much. No matter how much fuckery they drag me through, how much disappointment they bring me, I just keep coming back. But for the last 3 years that I've been doing this blog and shit, I've came back because of you guys. I like to conversate. I like to say my point of view, my opinion on, why things are the way they are. So that's why I keep making these videos. Because it really don't have nothing to do with the Raiders. Because it's nothing we're doing that's worth talking about. But the same shit every year. Same shit. So I come up here and I, give my insight on what I think we could do better. What I think we need to fix. What problems we have. I point a lot of fingers at a lot of different things. And then I just start sitting today, and when I was watching the game, and I start realizing that our ownership is very bad. Very bad. It's been bad for about 17 years. And we can point at the schemes. We can point at the players. We can point at who's doing what, why we do this, why we do that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's the ownership that has killed this franchise. So people ask me, what the hell are you talking about, Angry Raider? Well, let me break it down for y'all. Because I could care less to talk about the game. I could care less to talk about the games coming up, the games in the past, the years of games that we have played. I mean, I've been talking about this shit for numerous of times, and we still get the same output. And I just couldn't really put my finger on the shit. I'm like, why the fuck? Every year's the same shit. I knew in my heart of hearts what it really was, but I kind of wanted to kind of not think that way. Because I kind of wanted to feel like that, maybe one day we'll get that part right and then it'll just trickle down. But it's not. So see, this is what has happened. Ever since that Super Bowl run that we had, we went to the Super Bowl and lost. Ever since Al Davis started losing his mojo, that's when the team started going down. It's when it started trickling down. A lot of bad decision making as far as free agency, as far as personnel, as far as coaching staff, as far as, paying top dollar for old ass washed up players. The list goes on and on and on and on. And see, I come to the realization that Al Davis, his whole alternative goal was to crash Raider Nation. Not us, but just the team, the franchise, I should say that. To crash the franchise, not Raider Nation, because we're always going to be here. So let me clear that. To crash the franchise. And what I mean by that is, Al didn't want nobody to have the Oakland Raiders. Whether he was alive and when he passed away, God rest in peace, he did not want nobody to have the Raiders. And he was going to make damn sure that he ran that franchise into the ground his last years of breath. Because he knew that the only person that was going to inherit the team was his son. And he knew his son didn't have the mojo to run the team and bring it back to its glory years the way it should be. He also knew that his son would never sell the team because it was his dad's team. He also knew that once the team got sold to somebody else, that things would change. The way the Raiders were looked at, the way the Raiders are perceived, just everything that made the Raiders was gonna change for the good. But he didn't want it to change. He wanted to always it be the Davis family's team. So you leave your son the team. Your son knows nothing about football. He admitted that. He knows nothing about flipping money. He knows nothing about how to build a dynasty, how to create camaraderie, how to, bring the right people in to turn the franchise around and get it back to winning. He know that. Mark knows that. So you bring Reggie McKenzie in, and you allow Reggie McKenzie to get you out of cap hell because you want the money. It wasn't for the betterment of the franchise. It was because you want the money. You don't give a fuck about if we win or lose. You want the money. So you bring somebody in who know how to work numbers, who know how to flip money, who know how to bring the cap number back to life because it was dead. That's why Al left it dead. Because he knew nobody was gonna come over here and inherit this shit. He knew that. He knew that. So you bring Reggie McKenzie in, and he fixes shit. Has one good draft year, brings in the pieces that you need to build around. But the problem with that is they couldn't find no coach that wanted to come to Oakland and coach. Because Mark Davis didn't give a fuck about that. He just wanted the buddy. The writing's on the wall. So then what you do is you go through 100 coaches, 100 different schemes, offense and defense, 100,000 different players, mostly players that are washed up, probably wouldn't do shit else, nowhere else, probably be on a bench, but they'll start for the Raiders because it's just that bad ran of an organization. You fired Jack Del Rio because you needed to make a splash higher for Vegas. Mark Davis is going to sell the team. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Vegas got money. And his whole goal was to get to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was turned down. Yeah, he made a run and a push to try to stay in Oakland, but it wasn't a good enough push. That was just a, kind of butter the Raider Nation up. Like, yeah, we tried. He wasn't going to go. He got a stadium in St. Louis he could have went to if he really wanted to have a stadium ASAP. The stadium's still sitting in St. Louis. Yeah, been in St. Louis Raiders, but it's still sitting in St. Louis. You had an offer in San Antonio for a stadium. They would have put that together for you ASAP. You could have went down to Sacramento and got a stadium out there. Wasn't no need because you know why? Vegas showed him that money. So he knew the team sucked. He knew the only way that Vegas probably would accept offer was he had to have a face, a splash, somebody that was well liked, and could be the face of the franchise. Jon Gruden was gonna come back and coach the Raiders. Just letting y'all know that. This shit been talked about. He been knew what direction he was going with this. So he gave Jon Gruden all that money because he knew if he got Jon Gruden to come to the Raiders, which was already written in writing, that would have been the splash he needed to get in Vegas and sell the team. Mark Davis about that money, man. He don't give a fuck about the Raiders. He don't give a fuck how they were being ran. Nothing. Because if that was the case, you never would have traded Khalil Mack. You would have built around Khalil Mack. You would have had the right personnel in the front office to make the right decisions to help Reggie McKenzie make better draft decisions. You would have never fired Amy Tass. You know, you had good people around you that could have did things for you to make the franchise good. That 1 year we had, that wasn't supposed to happen. When we went 12-4, that wasn't supposed to happen. That was a fluke year. Until Mark Davis sells this team to whoever, and whoever comes in, because you got to think about it, the Raider brand is a very, very popular brand. It's everywhere. People like the colors. People like everything. Why you think we the only team in the NFL damn near that has never changed their colors? You notice every Thursday night game, the rush color game, we always wear white. We never have all black on black. We never have an exotic color. We just had this one color that we have always had forever since we started playing football as the Raiders. And it's a real popular brand. Despite that the team sucks like a motherfucker, people like the Raiders. Whether you want to believe it or not, people like the Raiders, man. They do. The organization is killing us, man. And we're going to keep having these bad seasons like this because of the simple fact that whatever you do at the top of the pole, like, so say if you own your own business and you're a lousy fucking boss, what you think gonna happen to your workers? They're gonna be lousy workers. They're gonna complain, they're gonna bitch, they're gonna moan. You're not gonna get the work done like you need to. All of that plays an effect into how you run your company. Mark Davis gave Jon Gruden power when he hired him. Jon Gruden is the coach, the GM. He's everything. And I'm pretty sure when Jon Gruden got this deal, his first things was to say, I want to build a team the way I want to build a team. I'm not going to spend no unnecessary money on shit. I'm going to pick and choose who I want, and I'm going to do it the way I want. So if that means sabotaging this season to do it, I'm going to do it. Look how the Raiders play. He played good the first 3 games because he just wanted to show y'all that, you know, we could do a little something if we really wanted to. But if you watch the last 2 games, we've been smoked. Actually, the last 3 games, Miami smoked us. The Chargers smoked us. And we just got smoked by the Seahawks. Their plan was never to bring Khalil Mack back. They're shopping Amari Cooper. Let me see. They're shopping Carl Joseph. Moby Olafonwu, whatever the fuck you want to say his name is. He's on injury reserve, but he won't be back next year. There ain't one player on the Raiders team right now that's currently there for Reggie McKenzie's last 3 drafts. Except Derek Carr and Amari Cooper. That's it. There's nobody else. Rashad. But Rashad does enough to stay on the team. You know what I'm saying? Some players do enough to stay on the team. He evolves enough. He evolves the players he wants to involve. You understand what I'm saying? That's Jon Gruden's strategy. He involves the players he wants to involve because those are the players he's going to keep. He is sabotaging Derek Carr. Sabotaging him. He's making him play the way he's playing. What you talking about, Angry Raider? Derek Carr ran the ball today for the first time in, 5 seasons? Derek Carr ain't never ran the ball like that. Yeah, our offensive line is hurt. I get it. I understand that part too. But Jon Gruden really wanted to see was Derek Carr worth the money that the Oakland Raiders paid him. And we are seeing it. He's not. He's not our franchise quarterback. Jon Gruden has set people up in this season to show us that the people that we have here aren't the people that's going to be here come next year. Now, Derek Carr might make it next year, but I can almost guarantee you some contracts fit to get reconstructed, and we for the draft a quarterback. I'm telling y'all what I'm telling y'all. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all now. Jon Gruden is doing what the fuck he wants to do because he knows the ownership sucks ass. And he took that money and then came back and doubled back on it and said, I won't take the Raiders' money if I don't produce. So he know he wasn't going to produce with what he had, which he probably would have had more wins than he has now. But if you sabotage this season, you can't blame him for that because of everything that's happened and happening. That's why we got those draft picks. That's why we aren't signing players. Jon Gruden wants to do it the way he wants to do it. So next year when he comes in, he wins a couple games. It's like, okay. And then hopefully by the 3rd year, this is his plan. By the 3rd year, he rocking and rolling. You understand what I'm saying? It's all a setup, man. It's all a setup. So we could talk about schemes. We could talk about plays. We could talk about players. We could talk about whatever. The bottom line to this whole blog is Jon Gruden is the reason why. Not Jon Gruden, I'm sorry. The Davis family, after the Super Bowl, maybe a year after that, is the reason why we are in the position we are in. Had nothing to do with coaches. Had nothing to do with that. See, the other coaches that came in didn't have that power, that star power like Jon Gruden got. You understand? So that's why Jon Gruden do what the fuck Jon Gruden do. If you think any other coach would have came in here and dismantled this roster like this, they would have been fired after today. Facts. Facts. So, it's going to be a long season, bro. it's going to be a long next season. And to be fair, we just going to have to believe in the process again. We're going to have to think that Jon Gruden's strategy is going to work. And we're going to have to pray that it works. Because this is what it is. And this is how it's going to be. If y'all don't see it, I don't know how else to explain it to y'all. I might have didn't explain it very well. And I probably could explain it a little better. But, you know, you're going to get 1,000 blogs today about 1,000 different things. So, I'm just giving y'all my thought, my opinion. You know what I'm saying? How I feel, why we are the way we are. And this is the reason why. Because of the organization. Because of the person who runs the organization. Mark Davis is about money. He just wanted to get him money and get the fuck on. He don't care about the Raiders. He don't care about the Raiders. You bring Jon Gruden in. I'm not going to say Jon Gruden don't care about the Raiders. Because obviously he do. When Jon Gruden came back, he wanted the power to do it the way he wanted to do it. He wants to run the squad, run the organization the way he wants to run the organization. And Mark Davis is allowing him that because Mark Davis is getting ready to get the fuck up out of here. So that way when the next ownership comes in, whoever buys the team, it'll be a few changes, but it won't be a lot. It'll just be somebody to come in that got money that can back up what Jon Gruden trying to do. Because if you notice, we had rumbles in the front office about, you know, the people up there and how Jon Gruden want to do shit, and they was unhappy with it. That's because Jon Gruden get ready to get rid of y'all motherfuckers. He get ready to put in who he want to put in up there. And he probably knows somebody that has money that's going to buy the team. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all. This is what's happening. Shit is right in your face. So, bottom line to this whole blog is that I don't give a fuck about the game or the games to come. Because they're all going to be the same. We might squeak one in, might squeak two in, maybe three. I don't fucking know. But Derek Carr hurt his shoulder today. He hurt his shoulder today. If AJ McCarron come in after the bye, and he look better than Derek Carr, that'll answer a lot of y'all questions about what the hell I'm talking about. And I think he's gonna start after the bye. Because I think Carr, they're gonna make it like Carr really fucked his shoulder up. And he's gonna have to sit out maybe 2 to 3 weeks. I'm telling y'all, man. That injury that was a blessing to Jon Gruden. That was a blessing. Because he couldn't bench Derek Carr because of the simple fact that you're paying him all that money. You can't bench somebody that you're paying all that money. It just makes no sense. You gotta ride it out. That's why he's not getting benched. But if he hurts himself and McCown comes in and Jon Gruden calls the right plays to make McCown look good, now we cooking with some good seasoning. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, dog. I am telling y'all, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. Trust and believe. Why you think he sacrificed Donald Penn over there? Donald Penn never played over there on the right side of his life. But you sacrificed it to make it look bad for him. And then he ended up getting injured. And now you end up putting your rookies in. It's all a game plan, man. It's all a game plan. I'm telling y'all. Amari Cooper gets hurt today. He's done. He's out of here. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. Trust and believe this shit that I'm saying. It's the writings on the wall, man. Shit is plain as day. So, you know, I'm going to end the blog here. It's almost 25 minutes. I know I kind of maybe been all over the place, but, you know, just my thoughts on why shit is the way it is. And how, and just looking at the way things are being played out, man. We ran 56 plays today and only had a total of 185 yards. 56 plays. Seattle ran 61 and had 300 something total yards. You got 2 rookie left tackles in there. You run a lot of play action passes. What do you think is going to happen to Carr? You try to get him hurt. I'm telling y'all, man, this shit is a setup, dog, from the gate. Jon Gruden is finessing this shit because he wants it to be more about him and how he wants to reconstruct this shit the way he wants to He already got who he's putting in places. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. You don't pay a motherfucker $100 million a year, $10 million a year just to coach. Bet that. But I'm just a regular blogger, man. I'm just stating my opinion. So we can get up here, we can talk about plays, we can talk about what we should have did, how we should have did it, who we should rotate, blah, 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 rah, rah, rah. But the bottom line is, it's a setup. It's a trap. So 2 things gonna happen, and I'm gonna let this blog end. Either Jon Gruden is gonna change his franchise around in the next 2 years, or we're gonna be the same old Raiders for a long time to come. I'm your boy, Angry Fucking Raider. Appreciate y'all tuning in to the kid. See y'all next week. Well, we got the next. I think we got a bye. So I'll see y'all when we play Indianapolis. Y'all already know our slogan. Raiders. Raiders. I'm out.